Time to get serious with Mega March.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Mega March. We are gliding right through this Oops All X's series that we're working on. I am Twitch from REVO, and of course I am co-host with the wonderful and amazing...
Oh, that's my cue? Oh, Coleman X. Hello.
Yes, if in case you didn't get the memo, you are wonderful and amazing. I wasn't talking about some other green dummy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. You know what? You're wonderful and amazing, too.
Aw, thank you. We're both wonderful and amazing. That's why we do the show together.
Yep.
Bro. Anyway, now that we got the gushy stuff out of the way, we're going to talk about the black sheep of the armors in Mega Man X's otherwise spotless lineage of good armors. This is a bit of a bittersweet note because both me and Coleman both agree this is one of the best looking armors, but also the most worst, executed armor.
Yes.
We're talking about the Glide Armor, which comes from, appropriately, the black sheep of the Mega Man X franchise, Mega Man X7. So what can we say about this armor?
I mean, it looks cool.
It looks cool.
It's almost like a budget blade armor, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say, in fact I did say, right before we started recording, this armor almost looks like the blade armor. It has a similar profile. The helmet has a very nice V-fin going on. It looks kind of knightly in its design. And while it doesn't have the bow and arrow shape, it does have that kind of multi-layered buster thing going on. The two additional buster barrels on top and on the bottom kind of make me think of the blade armor and the crystals that it has when it's closed in its quote-unquote arrow mode, which I just discovered was a thing after Coleman pointed it out in the last one. I don't know how to describe this armor. It's just a solid-looking, cool armor. That's it.
I like
cool.
I like how the chest looks like a face. It's got little
I was going to
nipple
mention,
eyes
it
and
almost looks like an owl.
Nose. Yeah. Okay.
That's what it makes me think of, like an owl beak.
I can definitely see an owl from that. That's pretty cool. And he even looks like the owl is taking flight, like if you incorporate the shoulders into it.
Oh, that's a good point. I never even thought about that.
Glide?
Yeah.
Okay, you know
Glide?
what?
Alright, okay.
I might be onto something here.
Okay, I see.
But I have one major complaint about this. I mean, it's minor, but it really, if it was changed, it would be a just solid 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
The glove needs to be red. This armor screams red glove.
Yes.
It would match the buster and the little gems.
I agree.
I don't know, the white on white is just really strange to me.
I agree. I think it does need to be, because like we said with the blade armor, how you have a red glove matching the red buster on the, the red tip of the buster, and it draws a nice horizontal line across. And I think it would make a nice triangle as far as the lines go, from the red buster, the red glove, and the red gem, which is a little bit larger than usual. So I think that would look really good. As a matter of fact, you can edit this in at any point, just for comparison. I'm probably going to do an edit of this where it has red gloves, just so you can see.
Ooh! Look at that red fisty boy.
One thing I wanted to point out, since we're talking about the helmet now, the red gem up there, this armor has a unique feature which I don't see in any other armor anywhere. The middle of the crest on the top of the helmet is a gem.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Gem mohawk, and then on the concept art at least, it sticks out into a big vent in the back.
Yeah, like a propulsion sort of thing, which ties into the main power of this armor is that it can glide.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
wow.
We don't get a good look at the back, but it's got just vents aplenty. But it's got them on the back of the feet and on the back of the back with a cool arrow pointing to it. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a well-designed
I mean,
armor, like as far as aesthetics go, but
yes, I want an action figure of this.
Yeah,
like, really
I love
bad.
it.
It's really cool.
The main problem is literally just its functionality. Like, design-wise, I have no complaints about it. There's nothing about it that really sticks out as like a sour point to me, except that I don't quite understand why the whole mohawk isn't just a green gem as opposed to like part of it. Like, I don't get it. Like, why wouldn't you just make the whole thing that way and just have like a white strip that separates the green from the red or something? Or go all the way with it and maybe make it like a red gem that gradients into a green one. I've never seen a gradient gem before. That could look really cool. Any of you Mega Man OC makers out there, give that some thought. Of course, the signature black lines are back. They're not as thick as usual, but I do like that there's one going down the center of the chest, down the middle of the buster, and then one that goes from the knees all the way down to the toes. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I have nothing to complain about with this armor, except for the fact that it's useless.
Yeah.
The shoulders are kind of interesting. If you look, they're not symmetrical. They're actually asymmetric, going from front to back. The front of the shoulders have a taller yellow spike, and the back of the shoulders have a shorter one that connects to the back of it. So it's almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It looks very fast. It's very swoop-ish. Kind of cool looking. And that's an interesting choice to make it asymmetrical from front to back rather than making the shoulders completely symmetrical. But yeah, this armor literally does nothing except grant you the ability to glide around like Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, that's literally all it does. And I'm assuming that's what all those vents are for, but what's the point? I don't get it. What is it there for?
Yeah, I mean, we all know that X don't chuckle, but... You know, after our best and worst armors video, I've had lots of people point out what the armor does, because it draws in energy stuff from further away, like drops, and that's fine. And then like the buster shoots off like a big shot and then like 2 homing shots that come off with it, and that's pretty cool. I forgot what the helmet does. I think it's just pointy.
That's what the helmet does. It's
oh wait, no, the helmet is the energy, I think, and then you get a Giga attack with it, which is, I mean, it's fine.
What does the Giga attack even do? I bet it just
I think it's just
the
an explosion.
white.
Yeah, it's just an explosion.
Oh man. I like the charge shot, because not every charge shot needs to be like incredible, like, you know, if the other abilities make up for it. Like, just the Falcon Armor has like a really tiny charge shot, but it works.
Yeah. And, you know, since you pointed out the owl thing, I can't get over it, and I love it. Like, I think that is just the coolest thing. Like, I knew I really liked it, and I love owls, just in general, but just... Oh, I'm connecting the dots.
No idea
here,
if that's intentional, by the way. I know it is for the Falcon Armor, but I choose now to believe that it is indeed referencing, like, an owl, or some other bird of prey. Like, the yellow on the chest kind of looks like the angry eyebrows of like an owl or something, and they kind of have those pointy eyebrows, like the shoulder pads looks a bit like that, and like, yeah, the front of the chest looks like a hooked beak of some kind. It's just all around a solid looking armor. Like, so here's my theory. The vents all over the back of the armor are the thing that propels it, right?
Yes.
And then the red gems in the chest and in the feet are the thing that helps make it levitate, even though they're kind of small. It makes up for it by just having like so many of them. I think there's 6. And the idea is that when X glides, he lays down, so there is like an invisible energy being projected from those gems that repulses him off the ground. And while he is flying, the green gem on the top of the crest acts as like an additional camera, so that if he's looking down at things beneath him, the gem on the forehead is like scanning ahead of him. Does that make sense?
Yes. The head horns, like, it looks like some owls have that, you know.
Yeah, like a horned owl.
Point up and yeah. Like, I can't believe this has been an owl armor the whole time.
We had no idea.
Yeah, thank you for enriching my day.
I mean, no problem. I came up with it right here as we were talking about it, so I'm glad that it all came together.
Mega March brings miracles, man.
Mega March Miracle. I like it. I like how the armor also has it almost looks like interlocking white bands going around it. It's on the forearm and legs. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think that's a very cool idea. So there's like blue on the bottom, then there's like white bands that wrap around it, and then there's larger white bands that wrap around those to give it almost like a weave kind of look. I don't know how you would even describe it, but I just think that's a really nice aesthetic. And I kind of like the red gems that are on his feet and on his chest. Like I said, this is my headcanon. I believe those are the emitters that make him fly when he's, belly flopping through the air. And the vents on the back are the things that push him. I just wish that the armor, when you did that, gave off some kind of sound effect or like a woobly woo of like energy to show that like something's pushing him or keeping him in the air. I don't know.
X7 with sound effects, like the one when you pick up an extra life or a heart tank.
Oh. Yeah, wait, isn't that... I'm sorry, my call cut out. Isn't that silent?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that I got the joke. I'm glad that even devoid of context, I knew what it was. I guess one other thing I wanted to point out, just because I do love this armor so much, is the forehead gem is beautifully rendered. I like the pentagonal shape that it has. And it looks almost like it comes to a sharp point in the center based on the shading. That's really nice. And I also, you can see it better in the concept art, I love the ears. The ears are like half black, half white, and it kind of like wraps around the back of the head.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. They're very Axel-like ears.
Oh yeah, they kind of are, aren't they?
More so than usual, at least.
Yeah, well, out of how many armors that look like Axel. But, generally, I just love the way everything looks. It's just a super cool looking armor, which is a little underwhelming in the performance department. But it's still a cool looking armor, so points for that.
Yep. Classic underperformer.
Points, it gets lots of style points. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't got anything else to add to it, really. It's just a nifty looking buster. Yep. You got anything you want to add to it?
No, I don't have too much to add. I kind of like the yellow paneling that's kind of peeking out from the white parts on the buster, but I don't know, it's really solid looking, and I want it to be in a better game. That was my, what I was referring to in the Blade Armor episode.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, we've said this before. We've talked about a lot of the armors in the past, but, yeah, that is a sentiment both you and I share. We love this armor, we just wish it was in a better game, and I kind of wish that it was a bit more useful.
Yeah, bring it to dive and let something cool happen with it.
You know what? Put it in like a newer game and make the glide kind of control like the Super Mario cape, where you can. Oh
man, that'd be sick.
Where you can control your up and down pitch and gain or reduce speed based on what angle you're moving at, and maybe you can turn it into like an attack if you're at a certain speed, so that you could like dive bomb enemies, like. I mean, this is something they nailed all the way back in Super Mario World, and then, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Sonic the Hedgehog, but they really went and just recreated Knuckles' glide from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and put it on a 3D plane where it's not very useful.
And it looks so silly. Like, there's no animation for it.
They literally were like, what abilities can we give this armor that won't require any work? Aha! I got it. It can glide. That's just like a 2-frame animation of X laying down in the air. What else can we give this thing? Oh, it can grab health pickups from further away. Easy. We just change a variable somewhere, and that's all it does. Like, that's it. Aside from like the new Buster Shot, it really doesn't do anything special.
Yep. Which
is a shame. It should. It's so cool. It has the potential, but. They just didn't do anything fun with it. Like, the gliding aspect, now, if they did, like, a proper Mega Man X game with, like, a lot more, like, freedom of movement, like, I'm not saying you should have a Mega Man X game that plays like Breath of the Wild, but this is the kind of armor that would do really good in an open 3D environment, where you can glide and cover distance really well, and it would... People, I think, understand gliding in those kind of games better than flying, because if it's flight, you kind of have to have, like, you know, airplane controls and stuff like that. But if you just make it gliding, where it's like, no, you're on a consistent slow descent, but you're traveling forward at a constant speed, that would work out really well. But in the game that it's in, even though X7 has 3D, X7 is just a flawed game from the beginning. So again, it's just more wasted potential. But man, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Make figures of this thing. Come on.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Put it in Dive.
I wonder if a lot of people out there share that sentiment, or if they just don't like it based on principle. It's like, no, that one was in X7. I don't like that one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder if that would affect the figure's sales. It's like, no, that one reminds me of X7. I don't want to get that. Instead of, this one looks cool.
Which is ironic, because when Jazzwares was making those toys back in, like, I don't know, 2008, whenever they did those, they used the X7 logo minus the 7 on it. It was just like Mega Man X, and it was the X7 logo, which is funny. You know, and that brings up an interesting point, which doesn't have anything necessarily to do with the armor, but not everything in X7 is bad because it's in X7. X7 is a bad game, but there's so many good elements. Like, I love some of the boss designs. I think Soldier Stone Kong is a good idea for a boss. I think Splash Warfly is also a really cool boss. I like that he has a spear. He looks very lanky, and like it's a cool design. Wind Crowrang is another one of my favorite bosses that no one remembers because he's in X7. Vanishing Gungaroo is a really cool idea for a boss, but he's overshadowed by the fact that he's annoying as hell.
Well, he's not the kid you used to know.
Oh, shut up. I like him because he's a boss that is in a ride armor, but he's a kangaroo. So it's a kangaroo ride armor, but not the kangaroo ride armor from X3. It's just a ride armor that looks like a kangaroo. It's awesome! It's really cool. That's a really cool idea of like a baby kangaroo sitting in its mother's pouch, because they're marsupials, and taking that idea and turning it into a ride armor. That is a cool idea. That's really cool. There were so many good ideas in X7 that were just unfortunately wasted on a subpar game. So I'm saying it here, I'm saying it loud, I'm saying it proud. The glide armor is a cool armor, even if it kind of sucks.
Yep. They're going to fix it in Maverick Hunter X7. It's coming.
Yeah. Coming the summer of 2040.
Yep. Mark it on your calendars.
Mark it on your calendar.
Yep. But yeah, that's the glide armor, or the owl armor, as it's forever gonna be. And this red glove is beautiful. Almost brings a tear to my eye.
It definitely breaks up the armor better, in my opinion, and it's a nice compliment to the red buster. Much in the same way the blade armor did it, I think. It just works. I don't know. I like that. It's a good idea. I wish they went with that instead of white. I mean, it doesn't look bad with white, but I feel like the red glove kind of keeps it rooted in its classic X armor design origins. It's not too new yet, you know? They haven't quite gone into this, like... Because there was like a shift going on in the X series, where things I felt were almost becoming too over-designed and not simple. So I think the red glove would bring it back to the way things used to be. I don't know. I don't know how to get across what I'm feeling. Just draw your own conclusions. Do you like the red glove? Do you like the white glove? Tell us down in the comments. That's all I got. I'm done.
Yep. I'm out of things too. So does anyone agree with us? That looks really cool, functionally useless.
Poopy.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, when it comes to like a toy, or put into something like Dive, its original functionality is out the window.
Yes.
You get it for what it is. So
yeah,
is that something that's cool with people? Because I think it looks amazing, and that's enough to justify it to be one of my favorites.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I have Gundam model kits of Gundams that I've like never seen the show for. Like, I don't know anything about Gundam Exia, but it's a cool looking Gundam, so like I love it. So I feel the same way with X. This is one of those cases where the armor is but like it looks cool and it would make for an awesome toy. So that's my final thoughts on it. Looks cool. It's about as useful as Poopy, but it looks really cool. Tell us down in the comments,
Yes.
what is your favorite aspect of this armor? Does it have a favorite power of yours? Is it useful to you in some way other than making the 3D platforming a little bit easier in that janky game? Is there a design element that you have like a theory of like what does it do? Like what does that green mohawk do? Someone explain it to me. Make it make sense. I don't understand. Coleman, help me.
I don't know.
Other than that, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Comment down below. We love you guys.
Yes, we do. Yeah, take it easy out there.